home, it's Ashley Collins, aka the Onto Dragons. Welcome to my YouTube channel, The Breakup Diaries. That wasn't supposed to be the intro. I'm supposed to say, what's up, Breakup Mafia? The irony, like, you'll see the irony in the Breakup Mafia at the end, but I'm trying to, like, play with the idea of, like, calling my followers, hate that fucking word, because this isn't a cult, but if you want to make it a cult, welcome to the Breakup Mafia. Does it work? Does it stick? Does it land a little bit? Let me know. Okay, so my stomach just flipped. Well, we're going to talk about Breakup Mafia in a second. So the intent was to talk about whether ugly people are better in bed. You know, I'm sure, like, let's be real, let's be practical, let's be adult for a second. We've all slept with an ugly person, right? Do you think that they perform better than an attractive person? But that's not what I'm going to talk about right now. I was listening to the podcast with Lex Friedman and Mark Normand. That was amazing, by the way. Like, those two minds in the same room. That was so cool. It's such an unexpected collaboration. But they're talking about genetically altering children. And I've commented before about how I would love to have a robot boyfriend, right? Like, he'll do whatever you want. He'll do whatever you say. He can shut up when you want him to shut the fuck up. He can talk when you want him to talk. He can say things like, aren't you reading me well enough? But, like, you can, like, program him to, like, read you accurately. But I was toying with the idea in my mind of, if you could genetically alter your baby before they're born, obviously before they're born, not when they're born, while in the womb, if you could genetically alter your child, would you? And I don't think I asked any men that question, but the women I asked, they said yes. I think that I would do it. Because my first thought is disease, right? My first thought is, I could say, I'm going to eliminate the chance that they're going to get cancer, right? I'm going to eliminate the chance that they're going to get diabetes later in life. You know, I would rather them have a nice natural death, which sounds so backwards. What a sentence. I would rather them have a nice natural death rather than suffer physically, because they're already going to suffer emotionally throughout life, but I don't want them to suffer physically. Another thing is, this is going to sound so bad. You could take away the traits that you don't like about you or your partner. You know, like, for example, I have a stutter, right? So I would eliminate the chance that they're gonna have a stutter in their life, you know? Or maybe my husband's a little bit too short, so I'd want them to be a little taller, you know? I wouldn't want them to have my husband's mole on his face, you know? God, I hope the guy I'm dating isn't watching this. There's nothing wrong with your face. I like the way you look. But you could pick and choose. It's kind of like Build-A-Bear, right? Like, you can build your child, and you don't have to leave anything to chance anymore. Which sounds so, like, I feel like that would lead to a lot of psychological problems for the child, right? Because, like, can you imagine yelling at your kid while they're like, they failed their math test, and you're yelling at them, like, and you're like, I made you perfect. I made you exactly the way I wanted you to be. Why did you fail this math test? It's like, don't we already all have mommy and daddy issues anyway? So it's gonna make it worse, because it's like, I'm literally designed. I'm literally designed for perfection in my parents' eyes, but I don't feel perfect. God, can you imagine the oh my God, there is, and also, like, can you imagine if, the government were to regulate this, though? Because you know that they would, because they have to put their hands in fucking everything. Can you imagine if they said, okay, as you're building your child, this has to be a movie somewhere, but as you're building your child, make sure that they have a certain level of intelligence of this level. As you're building your child, there's only a certain percentage of you that can make them an athlete a year. You know, as you're building your child, there's only a certain percentage of you that can make super geniuses. So pick and choose accordingly, and submit your papers before you alter your child. God, why am I smiling? But wouldn't that be insane, though? God, it's like, it just feels ethically immoral, but also it feels so like we already have a problem with the younger generation suffering, but life is so much easier for them, you know? And don't you feel as if we're making things so easy? We're making things so too easy that what's the quote? It's like things can't be too perfect, or else I forget what else there is to complain about. Hmm. 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 Um. But on one hand, it's like you could literally marry anyone. You can marry anyone, and it doesn't matter about their what happened. It doesn't matter if their great grandfather murdered someone. My son's not going to get that trait because we're going to eliminate that from them. And I'm kind of stuck. I'm kind of stuck because you want the best for your child, right? And you can genetically do that for them before they get on the planet. But also it's like there's no freedom in that. There's how are they supposed to learn? Because you've already taken all their decisions away from them. But then also you want to protect them. So it's like, oh God, I have to come back to this. I had to come back to this, but it just feels immoral. But then maybe I'm biased because like I'm a human of 2022 who hasn't been genetically altered that I know of, but I am altered. I wear weave, so I have altered and fixed myself. You know, like I meditate, so I'm altering my brain. But that was my choice, not my parents. Is it not though? I don't know. Sorry, I feel like there's no real conclusion. In conclusion, I'm very pro robot boyfriends, and I'm pro genetically altering my baby. So I don't need a man. God, that's so sad. God, there's something so psychologically wrong with me. There is something wrong with me, though, by the way. I'm a gangster. Um, apparently, I'm a thug. No. Apparently, I'm a drug dealer. I I know I definitely fit that MO. It's so funny. I was telling my it's so funny telling girls this versus my female friends versus my male friends. My female friends are like, "Oh my God, what? No, gosh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry." And my male friends are like, you're you out of all people, one of my friends said, you're the brokest drug dealer that I've ever met. I'm like, okay, well, that's a little offensive. Maybe I'm one of those drug dealers that like hides their money, but like I'm like the worst drug dealer. Let me tell you what happened. I can make light of it now, but yesterday it wasn't very funny. So my manager pulled me into the office, and apparently, there's a rumor going around that I'm selling drugs on the premises. And I audibly, circling back to Breakup Mafia, gang, I'm a gangster. I could be. I am hardcore. But anyway, why am I trying to justify that I'm a drug dealer? I'm not. Should I say that out loud? I'm not, by the way. I was about to say, no offense. Who am I? Who am I trying to not offend? Yeah, so apparently there's a rumor going around that I'm selling drugs on the premises, and I said out loud, me? And she said, I don't care if you're doing it. I don't care what you do outside of here, but like don't do it at work. And I was like, but I'm not. And so many thoughts went into my head. I'm going to try to break it down one at a time. The first thought was, who is trying to slander my name? I don't do anything to you guys. I come in and I work hard and I work and I clean and I do whatever you say. I try to go above and beyond, and I try not to hurt people's feelings, and I try not to get in anyone's business. I try not to gossip. So what did I do to you for you to say that about me? My next thought was, this is a defamation of my character. I don't care. I mean, I don't care about my online life. I don't care about my online reputation. You can say whatever the fuck you want about me. Narcissist, full of herself, whatever, desperate for attention, whatever. But in real life, I'm just trying to get by. I'm just trying to make money. I'm trying to move outside my mom's house. And you saying that about me, already I'm guilty until proven innocent. And already my manager, in her eyes, she can't trust me. There's nothing I can do that will ever get her to trust me again. So now you've ruined my reputation, and she's gonna talk to other restaurant managers in the city, and now I'm that drug dealer Ashley Collins. And it's like, out of all the things that you could say about me, why would you pick that one specific thing? I feel like all my life, every other job I've worked at, there's always someone who's trying to get me fired. One job that I had, they and this is always a constant thing. I was supposed to bring out the pants. I still own the pants. They said that my leggings were too tight. They're fucking leggings. They're supposed to stick to your fucking legs. My leggings were too tight and they're offensive and they're making people uncomfortable. So I wasn't allowed to wear leggings again. And I didn't complain. I didn't say anything. They even put in their handbook, girls are allowed to wear leggings because of me. And another job, they said my shorts were too short when there's literally girls who are wearing shorts shorter than me. You can see their ass cheeks hanging out. They wear t-shirts that make it look like they're wearing a dress. But I wasn't allowed to wear those shorts. So I listened. I followed that rule. I didn't complain. I didn't say anything. One job, they accused me of stealing. Because my drawer was constantly short like $1 or $3. And I'm like, why would I steal $1 or $3 a day? That's stupid. I'm not even I'm not even into crime, but I think I've common sense enough to know that if you give me a $300 drawer, I'm gonna take at least $250. I think that's how crime works. I would assume so. Every other job, there's something like they're trying to like, and like I said, I don't do anything. I show up and I work hard, and it's like, why me? Why am I always falsely accused? Why am I always the person to poke at? You poke at me, and you want to poke at me because you know I'm not going to bite back, because you know that I'm desperate for this job. But now is enough. I'm tired of being falsely accused. So what do you do? I'm talking about, God, I'm losing my voice again. What do you do specifically at work? I'm not talking about in your dating life. What do you do specifically at work if they falsely accuse you of something? Don't go on the defense. Don't get emotional. Think logically, right? They can't accuse you of something that you're not guilty of doing, right? Get evidence, right? Make sure that there's something on file, right? And also, like I said, you're already guilty until proven innocent, because your manager is so human. And at the end of the day, they care about their job more than they care about yours. Let's be honest and let's be practical. Your manager says that they love you and they care about you. They don't. They have to say that so in order for them to not get sued. God, I hate this because I want to have hope in humans, but you have to be practical. Trust them to be human. I don't know who I'm quoting, but trust people to be human. Don't trust that they're on your side. Someone else blamed you so they don't get fired. Someone else blamed you. Someone else accused you. You're allowed to ask who accused you. You're allowed to ask that. When you find out, don't go up to them like, cut off all association with them, cut off all ties with said person. Or if you suspect in your mind who you think accused you, cut off all ties with them. Don't go up to them. You don't want to be seen with them ever again. You don't want to be seen talking to them ever again. Delete their number, delete their information. Okay? They don't exist in your world anymore. Defamation of character and false accusations can lead to unemployment. We need to save your job. But then, on one hand, do you want to still work there in the first place? Are you making great money? Do you have health benefits? Yes, let's keep your job. But if you're miserable there, it's not worth it. It's not worth it for them to disrespect your name like that. When I told my best friend about what happened, I was ranting on and on, obviously, like I usually do. And I was like, why me? Out of all the people in the restaurant, you literally hire felons Why me? Why did you accuse me of that specific thing? First of all, you look fucking racist. I'm one of two black, yeah, one of three black girls that work there. Why would you accuse one of the three that work there? Not to mention you've over sexualized my body several times. And she said, sometimes people don't like nice people. They don't trust it. They think that you're up to something, or your happiness that bothers them. Your happiness upsets them, which is very confusing. It's very confusing because it's like we share these memes talking about smile at people because you never know what they're going through. Try to make someone's day better. But in real life, it's like, I smile and my happiness bothers you. How's that affecting you from going on with your life? I'm not going to be miserable because you're miserable with your life. I'm sorry. You're not going to affect my pocket because you're miserable and you're depressed. Fucking get a therapist, find God, find somebody. Don't affect with my life. That was mean. How do you keep your job? I'm still pondering that. Because like I said, I show up to work. I work hard. I try to go above and beyond. But I'm still constantly nagged. I'm falsely accused of stealing, of being a drug dealer. I'm told to wear longer pants, wear baggier clothes. I would say the best way to keep your job is to be a robot. But even then, someone will find something to complain about. I'm sorry that you were falsely accused at work. I know words don't fix anything, but I hope this little stuff can help things. And like I said, it's defamation of character. Get a lawsuit. It's one thing to be canceled online, but in real life, it's affecting your livelihood, how you're going to eat, how you're going to sleep. And heaven forbid, I don't have any kids, but heaven forbid I had kids. To falsely, and that's so fucked up, to falsely accuse someone of something so slanderous. Like maybe they accuse you of sexual harassment, and it's like, well, I have to believe the person who accused you, or else why would you lie on someone? That's gonna come back to you. You know that, right? You lying on someone, that's gonna come back to you. And it's also disrespectful because now, if something does actually happen to someone, they're not gonna believe them right away. Let's stop lying, but you're not gonna listen to me because your life is easier now because you like to lie. That's it. What am I gonna do? I don't think I should say it out loud online. Yeah, I'm not gonna say it out loud online because they could use it as evidence. But if you want to know what's happening later on with this, you can. I'm sure you follow me on Instagram or Facebook. You can message me and I'll tell you. Bye.